Welcome to Venusian Soul Tarot. Today I'm back with a timeless pick a card reading, and it's going to be messages from the universe. So I want you to cast your gaze over the cards and ask your higher self which card has a message for you. We have pile number 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. If you need to pause the video to meditate further, please do so, but for those of you who are ready, let's get started. Hi Group 1. I feel for this group there's a huge sense of shedding and emotional release, and you were drawn to the tier with Violet Amethyst, which is my card for the Violet Flame, which obviously you use with transmutation and transmuting energies. I feel like there's some really, when I look at the darkness here, right, like there's some really intense dark energies that you are purging. When I say dark, I mean difficult emotions, right? Like not literal darkness, but there's a sense of bringing the unconsciousness, the darkness to light. There's something, and I feel for some of you, I'm feeling it in my physical body. Some of you may be working with, because I keep looking at this fire element, you could be working with the fire element to transmute certain energies. You could be working with the violet flame or certain meditations that involve I'm hearing sacred fire in the sense of, but I also, when I think of sacred fire, I think of sacred anger as well. So you could even have some anger that's really needing to be acknowledged. Like I'm just getting this huge energy of emotional release. And it's funny, I just looked down here and look, you have fire and water. So again, we get the themes. Some of you could have a combination of fire and water in your chart, especially with the Sun, Leo energy, and we have the Knight of Wands here, but look at the volcano erupting in the background. And again, anger also can let us know, where our boundaries have been crossed or where we're feeling, I just heard uncomfortable or discomfort, and it's how we express that and manage that. But there's something here around this sacred fire or this sacred energy or emotional release, but it's like, there's a chapter that needs to close out here, and this energy has to be released for you to move into this new cycle. For some of you, if you have been struggling, I'm just getting this energy of struggling to be in the present moment. If you found it difficult to be in the present moment, or your mind keeps kind of wandering away to, a past time, a past experience, because I'm getting my mind being drawn back to something in the past that I'm almost re-examining, and there could be some emotions resurfacing as you explore this energy. But it's like, can you see how with this tier, there's this golden tear or this golden information within the teardrop? It's like getting the golden wisdom from what you've been through emotionally. Yeah, I'm just seeing someone sitting in silent meditation, and all this energy is bubbling up for release. And again, this could be like quite an intense process for this group. I'm filming and recording this. I think it's right before the full moon. Isn't it a Scorpio full moon? So again, when I think of Scorpio full moons, I do think of emotional intensity and a lot of emotion coming to the surface. I'm also hearing being more comfortable. And again, when I think of the unconsciousness coming to light, obviously that is the definition of shadow work. So there could be an element of you examining your shadow or examining aspects of yourself that have been underground, that have been hidden. And it's like you're integrating this though. Now is a time for solitude especially, but also I'm hearing meditation specifically. I feel like for this group, there's a need to kind of go within, allow things to, I just heard the word upheaval. If there is any upheaval, I feel like, I want to switch these cards around because I feel like 10 of Swords is what you're clearing, and 10 of Pentacles, it's like you're going to be on a stable new foundation. For some of you, you will be creating or building something new in this new phase, but it's almost like, your conception of self is changing, where you're not taking certain elements of the past with you. I keep getting old emotions specifically, but even an old identity. For example, some of you could have had an experience in the past that was very painful with the Ten of Swords that has been, I just heard long standing. So it could have been something from childhood or your formative years or something that left a big imprint. And it's like you're shedding and releasing any emotional residue from that experience so that you're no longer identified with it at all. It's been fully, I just heard purged, released, cleansed. And it's funny here you have the Queen of Cups. So again, I keep seeing this combination for this group of water and fire, and you're using the fire to transmute, and it's helping your emotion, the water element or the emotional body to be free flowing. And look, you have stillness amidst turmoil, feel emotional integration. And this is exactly your card. I'm hearing this process may extend. We have the number 2. So again, I'm not feeling as much 2 days, but I feel like, there could be a couple of days during this process that are very intense. I'm getting more 2 weeks to 2 months for this group. More so, I honestly feel 2 weeks. You could have 2 weeks that are really full on after listening to this reading where you're really, or I would honestly say this process could start around the full moon. But there's a sense where you're really kind of, allowing things to bubble up, feeling your emotions. There just could be, I keep hearing turmoil and intensity are the words that are coming up. So it could feel like it's a really intense process, but they're showing me like all this energy bubbling up. So it's released for good, and it's what's setting you free to move into this new cycle. Yeah, I keep getting as well, like I feel it may be hard to stay in the present moment because what is bubbling up is a little bit uncomfortable as well. And the other oracle card you have is know yourself, meditate, who am I, veil is lifting, opening with the Magician. I'm hearing with opening, allow whatever bubbles up to be released. Don't hold on to anything. Don't resist the change because yes, it may very well be uncomfortable, or it may be, I just heard, foreign to you. There could be elements that have been held within or beneath the surface that you were not even aware of. For this group, stillness meditation, mindfulness-based meditation is going to be your best friend during this, because I just see you needing to just be in silence and be with self while all of this, because it's an alchemical process. It's going to happen organically. Don't be afraid to cry. Don't be afraid to really feel into these emotions and keep surrendering into that process so that it's not being carried within you, especially energetically. Obviously, any repressed emotions can stay in the energy field and the body, and it's like you're not allowing that to come with you into the next phase, because where you're going with the Sun and the Empress tree, catalyst for change, clarity, freedom, unbinding. Right now you're in this process of unbinding yourself. You're definitely moving to a lot of, when I see the tree, look at the root system, the foundation. You're moving into a cycle where there's a lot more stability, where you're really grounded, but you're also moving toward tremendous abundance. So if you've been worried about abundance, finances, anything you're trying to build or create in the physical, Spirit is saying they don't want you to be concerned about that. You are moving in the right direction and you are on the right path, but it's like certain energies that were lodged, especially, I just keep hearing it's definitely emotional energy. You may want to listen as well or have some sort of energy work done. I think they have like Reiki tracks and different healings on YouTube or different meditations, but there's a lot of energy moving within you. But with this card, it's like there's this movement, this unbinding, this freedom, and you're free to start a beautiful new chapter, a new cycle. Yeah, look. Lava stone and red hot poker. My body is a safe space. Transmuting, breaking down barriers, realizations. So there's a lot of transmutation within the physical body, which is where these emotions have been stored. And that's why I was saying energy healing like Reiki and whatnot. But it could also be, I'm seeing someone that's moving energy through dance or some sort of physical movement. Could be yoga. But we have opening and we have breaking down barriers. So there could be some barriers that have been built or constructed around your heart, around your energy, I just feel like energies that no longer serve you, that you're just completely letting go of. Yeah, and it's funny we have this card. Look at the red. When I'm hearing that song, I don't know who sings it. I see red. Yeah, I have no idea. But that's what I'm getting. And look at this card after it. Harmonic resolution, negativity, anger, transmutation. You have transmutation twice, double confirmation. Hang on, what about this card? Oh no, emotional integration. Yeah. And look, you literally have 10, 10, 10. You're closing out a huge cycle. There's so much change for you. You may be seeing repeating 10s, but also 5s, because we have 14 here and we have 5 as well. Yeah, huge change. But again, when I think of red, I think of, again, the root chakra, and there is this emphasis here on your security, on feeling more secure, but it also starts within, right, emotionally. And there's a shift happening where as you release some of these older energies, vibrations, or just energies and vibrations that no longer serve you, you are feeling more safe and stable within your body, within your physical vessel. But you're also feeling, I'm getting a greater sense of trust and being present. I said at the beginning, I felt like I couldn't be in the present moment, that my mind kept getting pulled specifically backwards. There could be a little bit of fears. I don't know if there's some financial fears or some fears around, you know, where your career is going or where your path is going. That's possible as well. But I feel specifically being dragged to the past and something that's happened to the past, because it's like dredging up is what I'm hearing, any repressed emotion, so that it doesn't come with you, or you don't take it with you into the future. You also have here exiled, illusion of separation, disconnect, isolation. I'm reading this in the positive, in the sense of, as you go through this process, you may really want to spend time in silence, in solitude. You know, you may not be in the mood to really be around people right now as this is undergoing, or as you undertake some of these changes and shifts. But can you see, like, after this period of solitude, see this door opens. There's a brand new door and path that opens to you. It could be a financial path as well, or there's more financial abundance and security that comes from this path or from you walking through this door. That's possible. But I just see you being in a far more stable and abundant place and feeling very grounded within yourself once these emotions have been released. I'm getting this energy of like a butterfly, like the process is complete. But again, when we're kind of processing the Ten of Swords or fully releasing, it's like you're pulling out any swords from your back from the past so that you can move into this brand new chapter. And with the Sun and the Empress tree, it is a very abundant, fulfilling chapter. Yeah, I'm getting portal energy for you as well. You have Earth, the frequency of Earth. And it's funny because the full moon is on the 24th of April. So again, it's really significant for you. The frequency, well, it depends on where you're located. Here, it's on the 24th. The frequency of Earth activates our deep connection to this physical plane by showing us the beauty of all the aspects of our Great Mother and revealing the more ethereal, spiritual aspects of our nature. You're letting go of denser energies, like, again, heavier energies, right? Things, and it's also, there's some sort of healing being done on the root chakra, and it's going to be enabling you to tap into higher frequencies or to elevate and ascend even further, because you've let go of, I just keep hearing chunks of emotion or emotional residue. And look, you have emergence, and you have 24, 25. The frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. What was I saying about that present moment, right? Like being fully in the moment, like living life to the fullest. It's like you, it's like mastering that Zen mindset, or that place of mindfulness where things really start to flow for you. And you have here, I welcome. And can you see these stairways and this big portal, but the sun, it's like reaching the end of the tunnel, the light at the end of the tunnel. For those of you who have been on a healing journey for quite some time, Spirit is confirming you're reaching the tail end of that process. I welcome life as it presents itself to me. Today I take each step on my path to fulfillment with good faith. I swim easily with the flow of life. I embrace all experiences the universe bestows on me, even those that may prove challenging. I know all will fall into place for my greater good. Yeah, and I mentioned about trust, having greater trust, but with this, I'm drawn to that line, I swim easily with the flow of life. I mentioned before that there were emotions that perhaps were stuck or a little stagnant that were affecting the ability for that water to flow. And that's what's happening. If you have felt stuck, you are being kind of unbound, or this transmutation is helping things to flow freely. For this group, being around the water could be really cathartic as well. Self-love. Today, I love myself fully. I accept myself exactly as I am. I am able to recognize my own divinity and to appreciate the purity of my soul. I take the time to care for myself. I enjoy myself. I nourish myself. I'm kind to myself. I'm grateful for who I am. Yeah, it's like reaching this new level of not only self-love, but with know yourself, it's self-awareness as well. You're really, and can you see for me, this is like ascension, a leveling up. There's this sense of you stepping into higher and higher frequencies, emotions, experiences. And it's like, this is like, yes, we are always healing and growing, but I'm getting that sense of like the final purge or the final release that enables you to really level up. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 2. So the first message I'm getting with the unseen is there's a promising new opportunity that's either coming in or around you. And there's almost this sense of, I'm hearing like it was right in front of your eyes, or it was right there, but you may not have been able to fully see it or perceive it. Partly I'm hearing because of divine timing, but it's almost like with the Four of Swords, the Hangman, you could have needed to take time out to meditate, to reflect, to go within. And then it's like through that process internally, things have unveiled or things have revealed themselves to you. It's like there's just, I keep getting like there's a new pathway opening. There's also this energy I'm getting here of feeling ready for this new beginning with the Fool. Because with the Two of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and the Eight of Swords, there could have almost been this energy of feeling stuck or feeling held back. I'm also getting the energy of hesitation. Hesitating, not knowing like specifically what to do, or there's something where it's like now the path is clear, but it's not the path so much. Like the path may have been clear before, but it's like you didn't have the eyes to see it, or you weren't ready yet. You weren't ready yet to walk that path, so it was kind of veiled. Because with that Smokey Quartz as well, I was drawn to, you may have had to do a lot of transmutation to kind of be ready for this. Because I'm getting this really like, okay, with the Fool, like the Fool, the star, like hope, inspiration, ready for something new. And often that comes after a period of, introspection or going within or, shifting and transmuting energies. You also have your first oracle card here, share space, telepathy, co-creation, communing, honoring. With the Fool and share space, it's like there's something spirit, the universe wants to create through you. And it's like they're ready for, how would I say it? It's like, yeah, the energy is ready for you. You're ready internally for something new, or you've outgrown like one phase and closed out one cycle or one way of being. Again, you may have had this feeling of kind of being stuck or held back. I don't know it will vary the time frame for all of you, but there's, perhaps the last chapter of your life, the last cycle, there was a sense of, is this going to move ahead? When am I going to get that green light? Or when are things going to start to change and shift for me? I just get this sense of like someone chomping at the bit, ready to go. Yeah, and it's like you're entering this new chapter as well, where there's a lot, I'm hearing there's more light. There's more joy, there's more freedom, there's more expression. And again, it may have to do with certain energies or belief systems that you had to transmute. Specifically with this sword energy, I'm getting the mind. There could have been things that you were holding mentally and internally that were not congruent with this next chapter, this next phase. So it's almost like someone who's taken time out to alchemize their own energy, to alchemize the mind and transform the mind, which then opens that doorway energetically. And we'll say for this group, you have a lot of spirits around you. And for some of you, this also relates to your psychic abilities being increased. Could be clairvoyant abilities specifically, but it doesn't have to be. I just feel like a lot of your intuitive gifts and abilities may really be coming online, or you may be more aware of them. Because I'm getting like some of you have a lot of guides or angelic beings. It could even be like deities or certain spiritual figures as well. But I just get this energy of having a lot of spiritual support and the divine really working with you in unison to, I'm hearing, co-create something. And I feel like for this group, it's like your energy field has been completely refreshed. I don't know if some of you have done some sort of energy work as well with transmutation, because I'm seeing the chakras all being aligned for you. It's like everything is in alignment, or everything, all of your gifts have come online. And it's like that shift was necessary for this process or for the phase you're going into. You may be seeing 222 as well. Yeah, I feel like such strong angelic support around me as I'm reading for you. You also have dolphins. 9, play. It's okay to relax, smile again, share your flow. Yeah, things are going to start moving again, especially for those who have been in this period of, like, it could literally be solitude or just taking time for self, taking time away. I'm hearing that song, I Want to Know, Have You Ever Seen the Rain? So it's almost like, and look at the rainbow here. It's making me think of you've been through the storm, or you've come out of some sort of process internally. And it's like now you're moving into, I just keep hearing a lighter phase, a lighter cycle. If you felt in the past like you faced a lot of challenges, blocks, opposition, this can be definitely in the physical world, but it could also be like in all areas of life, right? Like career, financial, relationship. It's like now you're going to be in this place where things really start to flow for you. Things, I don't want to say they're effortless. Like, yes, you may still need to take certain action and, you know, move in a certain way, but it's like it's not going to be as challenging as it once was. Yeah, you definitely are in this beautiful flow state. And it's like, if there was a temporary pause, especially the Four of Swords and the Hangman, it was designed to help things move and flow. And there were things within yourself, perhaps, that you weren't privy to or you weren't seeing clearly. There's an emphasis for this group about seeing your gifts clearly, or like literally developing your psychic sight, developing certain spiritual gifts so that you can move forward and move ahead. And it's like that transformation or that initiation is now complete. I also feel for this group, you're going to be far more forthright with your beliefs, your spiritual beliefs, your gifts, your talents, because I'm getting like a huge activation with the throat chakra, the ability to communicate, to share, to express yourself. And that as well, I feel like is going to really help this process unfold. Yeah, you have Sanctuary of Light, Portal, 5D, Healing Temple, Astral Travel, and it's sitting above the Four of Swords. So again, there's this emphasis on you having time out for healing. But look at this little dragon in the corner. There's definitely a new cycle opening up for you. I feel like group 2 kind of leads on from group 1. It's like, for those of you who are still in the thick of it, where you feel like you're still in this healing temple, this process, and you're still purging a lot of emotion and, you know, emotional and mental energy. It's more mental energy in this group, but if you still are in that phase of transmutation, which was the theme for group 1, you may want to watch that group as well. But this is like the second half of that, or the next chapter. There's a very strong energy of ascending with 5D consciousness. And it's like when you hit that, it's almost like you have to be at that level of 5D consciousness and awareness to enter this new cycle. It's like that's when the door opens. I'm getting, yes, door, but I also just heard portal. You have here integrating energies, awakening, transitioning, yeah, above the hangman. So there's like this period of time where not much is happening. You could be feeling stuck or removed from life in a way, but it's designed as well to help you awaken certain energies within yourself to help you move ahead. I'm also getting that analogy of scaling that mountain, which for me, reaching the mountain peak can for me represent enlightenment or reaching an enlightened awareness, reaching more enlightenment or clarity as well in terms of your path and your journey. I feel for this group as well, like you, with the Four of Swords and the Hangman, like you may have had to go through many cycles, like I'm seeing spiritual awakenings one after another. Like, I just heard 3 to 5. It doesn't have to be that specifically, but you could have felt like, okay, one awakening, come out of it, another awakening, come out of it. Like there could have been an emphasis on this where you had to go through a lot of awakenings. And it's like now, I don't want to say it's the final awakening, like you will keep growing and evolving, but there's this sense of, that cycle of back-to-back awakenings, it's starting to even out as you reach that higher level of consciousness. You have throat portal. Speak your truth, courage, suppression, look above strength. So again, double courage kind of energy here. Didn't I mention before, you're going to be more confident in speaking your truth, or for some of you, it's actually about sharing your spiritual gifts, sharing your spiritual journey, or speaking certain truths into the world. Whether that's through a business, it could be a creative project. There's something about not being afraid to be seen or sharing your light more fully. For some of you, your gifts or your wisdom, your knowledge has been enhanced from these awakenings and this transformation. And it's like because of that, you're better able to share that energy with others and with the collective. You also have galactic guidance, star family assistance, cooperation. You have a huge spiritual team around you through this process. There may be something as well, like your spirit guides help to create with you, because I'm getting like almost like a guide or a light being that is communicating something through you. Like some of you could literally be channels or messengers or psychics of some sort, where you're literally channeling from a specific being, or I just saw 1111 on the timer, or there's something that comes through you to the collective. And it's like there's this period of transmutation, spiritual ascension, spiritual growth that has to happen first to prepare you for this, because it's like energetically now you're fully in alignment. We have here heart chakra. The frequency of the heart chakra, the green flower of life, supports our capacity to love deeply and unconditionally. Its healing properties harmonize the mind and the body. Yeah, you've come into harmony and unity. With Seven of Wands, you may have felt conflicted, but you could have had conflicted, like I'm seeing someone at war within themselves. It doesn't have to be to that extreme, but it could be like the head and the heart. There could have been, for example, your heart nudging you, your heart, and even this throat chakra. There's something about speaking from the heart or sharing something or creating something in the world. Specifically, there's an emphasis on sharing spiritual gifts or spiritual beliefs, things that have to do with the unseen, the other side, or mediumship abilities, for example. But there could have been blocks in the mind, belief systems or thoughts or ideas that weren't congruent with what you were wanting to create. You have alchemy here. The frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside. Each one of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allowed the true alchemist to perform the miracles of transmutation. So again, transmutation is a big theme here, and it was in group 1 as well. But it's like you've transformed yourself with that 8 of Swords, and you've transformed any energies that were stuck or stagnant within yourself. And I feel like that is what's helping you to move ahead, or it's going to help you in this next chapter. Some of you may resonate as well with being an alchemist. You could be a healer that really helps others with transmutation or alchemy of some sort. You have the path of light. Life places the perfect people and situations on my path to help me advance on my journey of inner growth. I possess the courage is a key word for you, I need to progress despite any obstacles I might meet. I study my experiences, seeking the wisdom they have to offer. In this way, I improve from day to day. Today, I choose to grow in faith, and I am confident that at the end of my road, I will join the light. Again, join the light, enlightenment. For this group, you definitely are on a path to, ascension, awakening, enlightenment. I'm getting it's like you had to go through this period of spiritual study or self-study where you're really exploring and examining your path, your experiences, what works for you, what doesn't. Like there was this period of solitude I'm getting, but it's like you're coming out the light at the end of the tunnel. Again, this group 2 does map on a lot to group 1, the eyes of the heart. And look at this bird flying free around the heart chakra. It's like you've transmuted as well any emotions from the heart space. Like your heart space now is wide open. Today I perceive the real beauty of every person I meet. With the eyes of my heart, I see behind the personality and focus on the energy of love that dwells beneath the surface. I am filled with wonder at the presence of God in every one of us. The eyes of the heart allow me to see the divine shining everywhere. That's literally the definition of enlightenment, where you can see and you perceive only source. This is unity consciousness. This is, seeing the divine beneath the illusion. So again, this group, you're definitely on a path to enlightenment and you've made huge strides in terms of your spiritual path, that some of you may literally have a mission, or I just saw 1515. You may see a lot of mirroring numbers as well, but you may have a mission that involves enlightening others, awakening others, helping others transmute, their pain, their emotions, their shadow, or like sharing your spiritual gifts, channeling information for the collective, or, psychic or mediumship abilities. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 3. Okay, so with this group, I just keep looking at this rose here. You have the maiden, but it's like something's coming into full bloom, or it's like something about like this could be you coming into full bloom in the sense of really embodying your highest self, your highest potential, but it could be something flourishing in the physical world as well, like something you create. But I just get like, it's like almost flourishing, not only in a sense of like your physical self, but at a soul level, right? Like something is flourishing or something. It's like reaching and embodying the energy of your highest self and living from that vibration or living from that frequency. And it could bring a lot of success or abundance or recognition as well, just because of your blueprint is what I'm hearing, your energy field. Because with that Ace of Coins, I see with this group success and victory from something you've created in the physical, or it's like something that you've wanted to do or something you've been moving toward for quite some time. It's like now it's like coming into full expression. Yeah, it's like, I don't know how to explain this. It's really beautiful energy, but I feel like you may have had to overcome. You have the 3 of Swords and the 6 of Cups, so there could have been some, whether it be like a karmic connection, because I'm getting with the rose quartz, something around the heart chakra, like a karmic connection. I'm seeing like the thorns of a rose where sometimes love hurts. Or I shouldn't say love as such doesn't hurt, but sometimes we have experiences or connections in love that, may not be pure love, right? Like there's egoic patterns and conditioning, or there's lessons within it. With the 5 of Swords and 4 of Coins, I feel like you've really had to shed a lot of I'm getting like your ego, right? An old version of yourself. And it's like coming into full bloom as well. I'm hearing full maturity. It's like the maiden has now become, I don't know, I'm getting like an analogy of like a sage or a spiritual, you've reached a level of spiritual growth and embodiment that is more mature, right? It's like something, and it could be, again, like there could be a business or an enterprise or a path that's ready now to come into full bloom because you are aligned. Yeah, I feel for this group, you've been through huge awakenings recently, especially in 2024, I'm hearing. And it's like creating this ripple effect within your energy field and thus your life that, I don't know, I just feel like you're really coming online is what I want to say. In first oracle, you have travel, and look at this beautiful dragon. Inner and outer journeys, believe in yourself, big shifts. It's like I'm seeing someone chipping away at something day in and day out. Now, this could relate either to your spiritual journey or a business, something you're creating in the physical, or both, right? I'm seeing someone going day in and day out, chipping away, doing the work, taking the action. You know, at times it may not have felt like there was a lot happening, or and then it's like you have that big breakthrough, or you have a massive awakening and it's like everything falls away that held you back. Or, you know, it's like having a massive ego death where your conditioning, your beliefs are completely surrendered and you kind of show up in a new form. But it's like some of you may literally travel as well, or the timing is right for something. Specifically around, I'm hearing like business, career, finances. But look at your next card, Divine Blueprint, Source, Self-Embodiment, Inspiration, you are ready. So we have double confirmation about it's like you're coming into full bloom or things are ready. But look at the source, the energy of source flowing through. You've definitely been through a really intense ascension or awakening recently. Because it's like they keep saying there's something that's changed literally in your DNA or your energy field, where you may feel drastically different. But again, I feel like, yeah, I'm hearing the light body. There's something that's happened with the light body, or you've been going through a lot of ascension. I keep hearing specifically this year, like the first couple of months have been really intense for you. It could have started this process around December or the end of last year. Yeah, and it's like this light around you is so potent. It's like drawing, what is this card sitting above? 6 of Wands. Yeah, drawing success, because I'm also getting with the 6 of Wands, like some sort of spotlight or being more visible, being more seen. You may notice like when you walk, I don't know, it could be anywhere, like through the supermarket or through somewhere where there's kind of a lot of people. It's like people are really drawn to your aura. It's like you're shining differently. There's something very magnetic about your energy field. But I keep getting like, yeah, you are ready. If you've had any inkling or there's been some sort of dream that you want to fulfill, it could involve like travel, movement, relocation, but also like some sort of business or career path. I'm feeling even more strongly. Spirit is giving you that green light, and I see things really flourishing and you having a lot of success. Okay, the other card you have, Sword of Truth. Freedom, Warrior of Light, stop holding yourself back, sitting above the 3 of Swords. So again, you've broken free, I'm hearing, from karmic attachments, karmic patterns, karmic beliefs. With the 3 of Swords, you may have literally cut cords with a karmic, you know, situation from your past where it no longer has any effect on you. It's like that any lingering pain or disappointment has been surrendered completely. And it's like now your energy can flow freely and you can move freely in a new direction. There's also no more energy of, with stop holding yourself back and that sword, I'm getting like self-sabotage or swallowing. I don't think that's the right word, but kind of sitting on your potential, right? Like now it's like all guns blazing, firing on all cylinders, time to move. There's something about the energies now that are more conducive to what you want to create or what you want to do moving forward. But again, I feel like you may have, I just keep getting a huge awakening where it's like, you've been chipping away at it like day in and day out, right? But then it's like there's some sort of big shift that happens and it's like it changes everything. And we believe in yourself. It could be an ego death, or it could be, do you know that part of our consciousness or the part of our ego that tends to fall into self-doubt or tends to question things or hold you back? It's like that could have just dissolved. I don't know, like I'm just getting a huge, like almost like a spontaneous awakening of sorts. Or there's a big chunk of your energy that has dissolved, and it's enabling this forward momentum. Yeah, you have way shower, shake up the system, cellular upgrades. So you have divine blueprint and source self-embodiment above cellular upgrades. So double confirmation when it comes to your light body, your energy field changes within that. Yeah, this group's been through a huge awakening or ascension. But yeah, it's almost like this message for you is confirmation that you will see the results of that light and energy in the physical world. Like you will be met in kind with these changes, or with, you know, a new sense of self, I want to say, a new sense of freedom, new potentials in the physical. Specifically career and financial potentials, but it could be around connection as well. But I'm definitely getting it pertaining to your individual journey and path. And it's like how you, with way shower, it's not even like, and source self-embodiment and inspiration. You are a way shower. You are here to inspire others. But I'm hearing it happens effortlessly from the light you radiate. Like even if you were to do or say nothing, it's like the energy you are emitting is so potent and powerful. It has a ripple effect on anyone that comes into contact with you. And that's part of it. And like, yeah, some of you, I don't know, it's like I don't know if you feel like there's a lot of energy flowing through your system, or there's a lot, because I'm just getting this huge presence and this huge aura, and you may be feeling really, I just heard expansive. Okay, look, you have higher perspective, the cosmos awakening unity. So again, confirmation, you've definitely been through a huge awakening. You may be stepping into unity consciousness as well, where any sense, the illusion, and again, I'm getting ego death, right? When the ego dissolves, or when we step beyond the ego, there's just source, right? Everyone and everything is source consciousness. It's like that veil or that illusion of separation has dissolved for you or is dissolving. Now, you may be going through, this could be really intense for you, especially with like just this level of ascension. You could be feeling a little, I don't even know how I'm getting bliss. Like I do feel like these really intense, beautiful experiences, but you may be feeling a little isolated in them, in the sense that people around you may not be privy to this energy, or this energy is so advanced that, I don't know, like you may not see much validation for it in the physical. I see people being really drawn to you because of your aura and the light you emit, but it may not be a conscious process for them. So they may not be able to put it into words. So maybe this reading as well is validation for you. You're also going to be so magnetic, I keep hearing, to abundance, opportunity, success. You have crown portal. Look, divinity, unity, separation. I was just talking about dissolving any sense of separation, unity consciousness. That's coming through so strong. It's like, yeah, it's like you've left that maiden stage where now you are at your full spiritual maturity on a soul level, like your full capacities, or, you know, your light body has been fully activated. And it's funny because you have Merkaba as well. The frequency of Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. It activates our access to our Akashic inheritance as well, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. Yeah, like full integration and fully embodying your higher self, source self. But it's funny here, we have traverse other layers, and we have travel here. So for some of you, this could literally be astral travel as well, or some sort of energetic or spiritual travel. Like jumping timelines. I don't know, like it's like you've broken the matrix, not broken the matrix. Sorry, you've broken through the matrix, where it's like you're not really bound by illusion anymore. And again, this may be the process that you're on. If you're thinking, oh, I'm not there yet, like this is where you're going, but it's, you know, a very advanced level of growth. And it's like you're going to reach a point, because we have the Four of Pentacles here and we have the root chakra above it. You're going to reach a point where part of why you're attracting so much abundance is there's no fear left around security, right? You're so in sync with source and just allowing source to flow through you and through your life that it's like you've surrendered any sense of, you know, will I be provided for? And again, I'm not saying you won't be prompted to take action or there's a need, you know, you don't want to be in a space where you just ignore finances, but there's a set, like there's just this great flow and trust, which is generating more abundance. When we have full faith in our supply, it's like the universe really starts to work for us. And that's what I'm seeing. It's like your relationship to the physical world, to money, to some of these, to time as well. Cause I keep wanting to say like time travel. I don't think you're necessarily, I'm not seeing time travel per se, but it's like the illusion of time is dissolving for you, which gives you more flexibility. Your experience of time is changing. The frequency of the root chakra, the red flower of life, stimulates passion and supports our sense of security on this physical plane, both in our bodies and the physical world. It's like, yeah, your security is now fully from God, from source, not from, you know, worldly things, not from, you know, whether it be money or a specific home. It's like you're not anchoring it on anything outside of you. And that's what's actually bringing in more financial and physical support. And this confirms it with God sustains me. As I turn each day over to God, my worries ease and my resistance softens. In the arms of God's love, I find inner peace even in challenging times. Today, my faith provides me with great strength. I welcome all that comes my way, knowing that the love of God sustains me. Yeah, it's like realizing that sense that everything is run, everything flows from source consciousness. And with this card as well, yeah, a complete release of fear. That's what I'm seeing. Like there's no more fear. There's no more worries, or it's like complete peace I'm getting, peace of mind. And look at your final card, honestly. You have unity 3 times. So again, confirmation you're stepping into or have stepped into unity consciousness. You're actually living as your higher self embodiment. What was I saying about your aura being huge, like very expansive? Look, today I bring my attention into the present moment where I become one with my inner light. As I make this conscious connection, I find myself centered in my heart and begin to glow with my own divinity. Union with my inner light provides me with a wise and stable base from which I can now live every day of my life. 100%. You have become or are becoming your higher self, source, and living as source embodied. And again, it mentions your aura that kept coming through, that it's like you glow. It's like you're more light than you are physical, and that's having such a huge effect. But people may not be saying this. You may not even be aware of this. This reading may just be confirming, just like, you know, when you're in this energy yourself in this space, it just is, right? Like I just saw 1515. It just is. Like there's not a sense of, oh, I'm this or that. It's like you are everything, right? You embody everything. You've stepped beyond duality. But it's like spirit wants to kind of congratulate you, or is saying like, this is where you're at. This is the level of unity and transcendence that you've reached. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hago 4. I just heard the pearls of wisdom were hard won. So it's making me feel like you may have felt like this last cycle or cycles, I want to say. There have been certain challenges, certain hurdles, lessons. I don't know. It's like you're coming out of a phase of, you know, accumulating knowledge and wisdom, especially spiritual wisdom, spiritual growth. With Judgment and the 6 of Swords, I feel like you've had your tests or your initiations where you may have had to kind of leave people behind or walk away from certain energies. And it's like now, I just heard now you're ready. Yeah, and it's like you're showing up with the Queen of Wands in the castle. I'm hearing like King or Queen in the castle. You're showing up. You actually have 2 queens here with the Pentacle and the Wands. And it could be you're using your passion or your fire to create something in the physical as well. And the time is right. I just heard the time is ripe. I don't know why, but 1 and 2 kind of overlapped. And I feel like 3 and 4, there's some similarities. And it's funny because group 3, there was also a rose, and I was mentioning coming into full bloom. So you may want to, if you were drawn to group 3 as well, you may want to watch that. But I'm getting this sense it's like now is the time to move ahead, or now it's like you're ready. And when I think of the castle, it does make me think of a lot of financial abundance, because obviously anyone that has a castle would have to be relatively wealthy, and we have the 9 of Pentacles. So it's like coming into full bloom as well in regards to, your abundance, your career, like all facets of your life. And you have here Lemurian egg, rest, reintegration of divine potentials, sitting above judgment. It's like you've learnt the lessons, or there were certain truths that had to come to the surface, and it's like you've integrated that now and you're ready to move ahead. Now, you may be, it depends where you're at. You could still be in the tail end of this process, and there is this message here of resting, right? Of taking time out, resting, because things are going to start really moving for you, because I'm getting full steam ahead. I also feel for some of you, you may have been through a lot in this last chapter with Judgment and Six of Swords, or last chapters. Like there could have been, you know, a lot of lessons, or feeling like you've really been put through your paces, like having to keep, you know, grow, evolve, shed this, let go of this belief, let go of certain energies. And it's like at times you may need to kind of take a break to just process everything. It's like you're birthing so much in the physical, or you will be. Like this is a really fertile time for you. I see like a lot of change. Again, a lot of abundance, but it's abundance that comes from you using your gifts or integrating some of your knowledge, creating something with the Nine of Pentacles. But we're not something that you're creating a lot. Like it's like with the Seven of Cups, there's all these potentials that are opening up to you because of the inner growth you've been through, yes, but because of your energy field. It's like there's certain growth that has been triggered through this process or journey for you. And it's like now you can, and you are ready to open up new pathways or open up to new experiences and potentials. Look, we have Divine Cosmic Mother Womb. You are loved, you are safe, rest now, sleep well. So you have two cards about rest and sleep. So make sure you're taking time out, make sure that you're getting plenty of sleep as well. Some of you may be feeling this really strong anticipation, like where you can feel something coming, like with the Queen of Wands and Page of Swords. It's like there's a lot of new ideas, or there's a lot of fertile energy. Yeah, like, and something with the Castle as well. It makes me think of building something, creating something, especially next to that Nine of Pentacles. But it's like you may right now you may be still gaining clarity or setting your foundation in terms of, okay, what do I want to focus upon? What do I want to build upon? I'm hearing step by step, where it's like taking it one step at a time, gaining clarity on one aspect or action that you need to undertake before moving toward the next. I just heard as well, slow and steady, because there could be this really potent energy around you where, I don't know how to explain it, where you feel like, oh, like I should get started, or I'm just getting anticipation and excitement. It's like you can feel this brewing, or there's something brewing beneath the surface, but it may not have appeared physically yet. Yeah, it's like you're going to create, I'm hearing like a masterpiece, or there's something beautiful. And that's what I'm getting. When you think of a castle, sometimes they kind of live on, right? They leave a legacy. They pass down through generations. And again, I'm not feeling for all of you this is a literal castle or home. I feel like it's a metaphor for something you're building in the physical, or something you're creating. Like it could be a book that lives on, or it could be like a business or an enterprise, or like I'm getting like a generational wealth. You also have here Akasha, strip back and simplify, look to your origins above the High Priestess. Yeah, it's like, when I think of simplify, again, I'm getting step by step. You could have the grandest idea or vision, but it's like you have to make sure the foundation is solid. Yes, you are the foundation, especially if you're, if it's something like a venture or project that you are personally creating, you have to be at your best. And I think that's part of the process that you've been through. But it's like really coming up with a solid plan of what you want to build, like the pacing of it as well. Like, okay, I'm going to start with this, I'm going to create this or build this, and then I'm going to move on to this next step. It's like having clarity in terms of how you want, and again, you won't be able to control how everything unfolds or the precise timing, but it's like having clarity in terms of, okay, I do this step now, and then I take a break or I rest. It's not going, I'm hearing don't charge at it and burn out and exhaust yourself. But again, I keep seeing this color green, and it's making me, again, I'm getting earth energy, which is building with this Queen of Pentacles, and she has this like pentacle or golden idea or ticket here as well. But there's just this sense of, again, I'm getting generational wealth especially, but it's like something close to the heart. This is like something you're building or creating or doing that you love, that you feel passionate about, that you feel inspired by. And we also have here creativity, self-expression, life is your canvas. So again, confirmation around you creating, expressing something, building something. This group, you have really profound entrepreneurial ability, and you have the capacity to be very successful, but not just that one thing. For some of you, you're creating generational wealth or a legacy, but it's like you're doing more than one thing. Like if, for example, you're a writer, it's like you may have like a whole body of work that really inspires and, you know, guides others. Like there's a sense of you having the Midas touch is what I'm hearing, especially at the moment. And I was getting that with this egg, with reintegration of divine potentials. It makes me feel like there are multiple potentials. And again, this step-by-step could also be sometimes when we have a huge level of talent or potential with a vision or a skill, we can become overwhelmed with how much is there to achieve or create or do. So there's this sense of, you know, not like, for example, using that, and this is a random example, but using an example of a writer, it's like focusing on the one book, finishing it to completion, editing it, you know, getting it to that place where it's the finished product and published, then moving on to the next. It's like something around not trying to open or have like 7 streams of income right off the bat, right? Building up one, then moving to the next, especially for those of you where there's more than one thing you want to do or more than one thing you're building. You have the Guardians, shielding, defense, warning. With 9 of Coins, you may have been sitting on like the golden ticket is what I'm hearing, because I'm getting this sense of, with the castle as well, sometimes they can have a fort, like you don't let everyone into the castle. There is a message here potentially of being careful or conscious of who you share this with, right? Because it's like I'm hearing by the light of the moon. So it's like you may be creating something. Some of you could literally be working on something at nighttime or after hours, but it's also this sense of when it's, you know, by the light of the moon, it's often hidden, right? Like building in silence. Some of you could have a project or an idea or a venture that you work on, but you're not really revealing it to others, or you're being guided to not show your hand, to not reveal your cards until it's either finished or you're further ahead. You have here celestial assistance, angelic messages, guidance, enlightenment with the 7 of Cups. The angels and your higher self are guiding you step by step, like you are being prompted and receiving intuitive downloads in terms of, okay, do this, act now, like the timing, the pacing, what you're creating, everything is being led by spirit. You have a lot of angelic support. And I feel like for many of you, like you may get this sense of, I said it's something that's close to your heart, but it's also something close to your soul. There could be this energy or feeling of, this is what I came here to do. This is what I was born for. Yeah, and you have passion sitting above the Queen of Wands. It's something you're very passionate about. You know, they say like you often make or attract the most abundance when you're doing what you love and it doesn't even feel like work. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies a hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. Again, you're creating something that's long-lasting. I do get legacy vibes, generational wealth, but with this card as well, this is what I was saying about not getting too far ahead of yourself, where, you know, when you're wrapped up in that passion and you try to charge ahead or make it happen too rapidly, where things need, again, I keep hearing for you, they're showing me the turtle, like slow and steady. Keep that passion burning, but don't allow it to burn out or burn you out in the process. Prosperity. The frequency of prosperity supports our feeling of well-being by allowing the inclusion of everything that makes our body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit sing. It invites us to express ourselves in joy and celebration of the abundance and riches that the universe provides. Again, when you follow your ideas, your divine wisdom, your dharma, it often attracts or I should say it does attract great abundance. And for this group, I'm getting legacy and generational wealth. Again, you could be doing something that involves like, because it invites us to express ourselves, and you have self-expression. So it could literally be something that you're expressing, whether writing, communicating, or there could be some element of communication in what you're doing. Hope. As I enter the great school of life, I hold tight to my faith in God. God's love guides me and guards me in every situation I encounter. Regardless of what I confront, I trust in my true nature. Today I welcome life. I know the light will always return, and there will always be infinite possibilities for me. So again, right now you do have infinite possibilities, especially with this Lemurian egg, with all these potentials, and the Seven of Cups. Like there's more than one, I don't know, this group, you're blessed with many ideas or the potential for great entrepreneurial success in more than one venture or more than one like creative project. I just see like a legacy, like a huge body of work, or it could even be multiple businesses for some of you, or multiple streams of income. But again, I'm hearing take it step by step. Spirit is guiding you. But with guard, we have that shielding here as well. It's like Spirit is protecting you or protecting what you're building from, like keeping it out of sight or protecting you as you go through this process. Return to the inner temple. You have castle and inner temple. It could be something around having a beautiful home or having a beautiful sanctuary, or something about like visiting a particular, castle, temple location. I don't know. There's just something about that. Today I rediscover my inner self in sacred silence. This is my inner temple in which I'm able to calmly study the lessons life has provided me. Here I regain my sense of tranquility. I retrieve my trust in the universe, bathed in the light of my inner temple. I now remember the value of each and every step of my life. But this is what I was saying about integrating. You have studied the lessons, and that's what I was saying at the beginning of this reading. It's like you learned certain lessons, or you learned the perfect lessons that would enable you to build or create this. And it could be woven into what you're creating or expressing, but there's something about having that period where you were more of that kind of that student, or you were learning certain things before kind of bringing it to the physical or coming out into the physical world with, whether it be these projects, these, entrepreneurial ideas, creating a legacy. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day.